Welcome back to another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host, Apollo PN.
No better, Nina.
And if I sound like I have a lisp, I have a Invisalign in.
Sometimes you have a lisp without it.
So I wonder if this is going to take away the lisp.
That was bad.
Yeah. I'm thinking, hey, if I don't have a lisp with these in, who knows? After I correct my smile and everything, I might not have a lisp ever. Why
is it coming out so much right now?
Maybe I'm focusing on it.
Yeah, I think you are. Don't think about it.
And let me not think about it. Let me just get back to my regular conversation. So how's your week been, Nina?
Good. I went back to Cure for the first time in months.
Oh, isn't that the drug dealer place?
Oh, the place where we think we had a racist encounter.
Oh shit.
But we went back for one of my friend's birthdays, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really good time. The people in the booth next to us started fighting, which was fucking hilarious.
Yep.
It was on my Instagram and my Snapchat if you guys have me. And then the girl goes up to my friend Bernie and she's like, I know you and your friend recorded this. You have to delete it. I'm like, maybe if you learn how to act right in public, I wouldn't be recording you.
Oh, that's what she said?
That's what I said, because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, chill. Like, no one's deleting the video off their phone. I don't give a fuck. Like, act right and I won't record you. Like,
yeah. So you should say it was on live.
Yeah. Yo, that would have been funny.
It was on live. Can't take it down now.
But yeah, it was a good night. And then when we were leaving, it was so funny. In the coat check line, there was this white guy. He tried to cut the whole line, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's this black girl behind me, and she goes, "Hey, it's Black History Month. Get behind me." And he puts his head down and goes, I was fucking crying. She looks at me and winks after.
The Black History Month line gets you every time.
I was crying. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did.
That's all you did? Like,
yeah,
you didn't really do nothing else?
The next morning, for some reason, I was throwing up, but not like no alcohol. Like, I was throwing up stomach bile. So I don't know what was going on the next morning. And me and my mom were trying to figure it out. Because normally if I throw up the next day, I'm throwing up the alcohol. Yeah. But no, this time it was just stomach bile. It was really weird.
Maybe it was like semen.
I didn't even have sex or give anyone a blowjob.
But it could have been something inside the drink that someone gave to you.
So you think somebody came inside of me? I didn't even drink in the club.
You didn't? Did anyone give you a drink? Like, hey, Nina, go drink?
Offered, and I declined because I didn't want to get that fucked up. I know my limit. So I know when I'm not trying to
know
drink
your limit.
More.
Play within it.
I didn't drink at all in the club.
You didn't drink?
But no, I drank before the club, but not in the club.
I realized something, right?
What?
As I was coming here, as of like Sunday night, I realized something, that I don't take time to process what I do throughout the day.
No, you don't.
So oftentimes when someone asks me what I'm doing, I always say nothing. Or I obviously say like, I did this, or I can't remember. Because I don't take time to really sit down and reflect on what I'm doing. Okay. But a lot of shit happens to me in like a day or in a week that I kind of just breeze over because maybe it doesn't hold that much importance to me. Maybe if it was someone else, they might be like ranting or raving about it. Yeah. But to me, I really don't. The only thing that holds importance to me was that on Sunday night, coming back from hanging out with the boys, watching the Super Bowl at Wild Wings.
You watched the Super Bowl?
Did I watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah, I did watch the Super Bowl. We went to Wild Wings. My friend was in town. He was like, yo, let's go to Wild Wings, watch the Super Bowl, chill out.
Do you understand football?
Do I understand football?
Yeah.
I just know once they get past that line of scrimmage, they can move forward. That's it.
Okay.
Fuck, I want to watch about.
I mean, I don't understand it at all, so.
Yeah. So after that night, and it was a cool night, I was driving back home listening to Tupac, If I Died Tonight, and Death Around the Corner. And as I was driving passing this intersection, a guy ran a red light and I almost smashed into him. Right? And so that happened so fast, and it was like, I braked hella crazy. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then I looked to the left. I seen him over there. He stopped. I think he about to hop out his car. And it was like not even like 10 seconds. It was like, bomb, I processed it. I was like, all right, I'm alive. Bomb, bomb, bomb. And I kept on driving. I didn't even stop to see what type of idiot it was. I was like, fuck it. I got to get back home. My motto is I got to get back home regardless. And so the next day I had to wake up early to get these Invisaligns. Yeah. And so I was like, man, hopefully.
Damn, you almost didn't make it to the Invisaligns.
Or I almost caught a body. I almost caught a body, like a vehicular homicide, like.
It wouldn't have been your fault. It would have been his.
But I would have still caught a body, Nina.
But you would have been, you would have T-boned him. You were going straight and he was going. Horizontal.
I would have caught a body, Nina. Like.
Damn. Would you think you'd be able to live with yourself? Like, when you think, like, okay, my prime example, like the Humboldt Broncos driver. Yeah. Like, I just feel bad for him. Like, not even because he's Indian. Like, I just feel bad for him because it's like, yo, you killed 16 people, like, not purposely. Like, it just happened because of the car accident. Like, I don't know, man. Like, would you even be able to live with yourself at that point?
Like I would have to start rapping about murder.
No. But it's not, like, you didn't do it on purpose. It was, like, involuntary.
Involuntary manslaughter?
Yeah.
That'd be a crazy charge to beat. I know
somebody who had that charge.
I couldn't beat that charge. I couldn't beat the charge.
You couldn't.
I couldn't beat the charge.
You're right, because that charge is specifically made for accidents like
that.
Like
a vehicular homicide. That's what it was. Either that.
So, were you gonna rap and talk about? Yeah, I committed a vehicular homicide. That sounds real gangster. A vehicular homicide.
Vehicular homicide. Yo, to be honest, like after that happened, I was like, yo, I could have caught a body. And my insurance could have went up crazy.
Why are your eyes lighting up as you say I could have caught a body?
I could have caught a body. And my insurance could have been raised crazy. And I'm like, yo, what type of dickhead tries to run a red light? Like on some real shit. Like it was in Brampton. This happened in Brampton. Ain't nobody like, this is not Detroit night line where you got to run all red lights because you like someone might pull up on you and jack you out your car. It's Brampton. It was here, Ontario and Sandalwood intersection. Ain't nothing there that's going to pull you out the car and do some shit to that. So why would you do that shit? Like you almost risked your life and you almost fucked up my shit, right? So when that happened, I'm driving. I'm like, damn, like, listening to Tupac, if I died tonight and death around the corner, that shit would have fucked me up. I just, that's
you did that after?
No, I was playing it before it happened. Oh. Tupac, if I died tonight and death around the corner.
You spoke it into existence.
Yeah, and Sam playing them type of shits, and I'm thinking about death, and then like I could have caught a body, like I really could have killed someone. You know, death around the corner. Like, that's crazy. Right? And so that happened. I was driving back home. I didn't take the time to process it. And I started thinking more about it as I was driving closer home. And I was like, man, I couldn't even be in part of this type of inconvenience because of I can't do some shit like that. I can't worry about someone else's life because they wanted to be a dumbass. And
that's what I'm saying. It could have been like just like a stupid teenager trying to see like what would happen, or it could have been someone who was like drunk or like really high.
Maybe they're drunk. Maybe they were high. Maybe they're just stupid. Stupid.
Yo, one time.
Stupid.
One time in high school, we went to smoke at one of my friend's house, and she was driving, right?
Yeah.
And she gets in the car. After we smoke, she gets in the car. Like, we're all coming out of the house. And she sits in the passenger seat. I'm sitting in the back seat. And she's like, why are we moving? I'm like, you're fucking driving. It's your car.
Yeah.
She's like, why am I in the passenger seat? At that moment, I was like, bitch, should you even be driving at this point? Like,
nah, man. See, the thing is, I think people take driving a car for granted. Like, you could really, like, kill people. You could really do some fucked up shit.
It could be considered a murder weapon.
Yeah. And the fact that a lot of people are getting behind the wheel and disregarding their own life just because they're trying to get to a point A to B on some just hoe-ass shit. Come on, man. Are you serious? Like, being in a car, I take that serious now, right? I always take it serious. But, like, for real, for me, almost getting into an accident, I don't get no accident. For me to almost get into an accident because someone else's dumbass, yo, suck my dick, whoever that was.
That's what's scary. Is like,
yeah, like, yo, suck my dick. Driving. Like, that was crazy. Like, why would you do something like that?
No, it's true. My mom hates when I'm driving at night, especially on a Friday and Saturday, because she's like, it's not even you, it's like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so, that's my thing. Is like, people who are driving out there being a little more cautious, like, with your... I mean, if you're driving out there, just to know that there's dumbass out there, and you got to be on alert. You got to be you got to be alert all the time. The people out there just really to do something stupid, especially after the week. I saw a bunch of fatal car accidents happen in the GTA and shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, for real, you can't not know about people dying on a regular because of cars.
Yeah,
I got a friend recently. He got into a car accident. And he was like really kind of regretful for it because he said he didn't have a seatbelt on. The person he had in the car didn't have their seatbelt on, and they crashed into the guardrail, and he fucked up his whole car. And he was like, "Man, I could have really took someone else's life." Mm-hmm. You know, I came out of this. He's limping and shit like that. He had to go to the hospital and all that. And he's like, those type of incidents right there is like, yo, you gotta be a little bit more cautious when you're behind the wheel. Like, you gotta understand. Like, if you value your life, you gotta move a little different. But if you don't value your life, go suck a dick and get off the road, bro. Like, there's no need for that. Take an Uber.
You and I are very different drivers. Like, I'm very like, I am kind of an aggressive. No, I will say I am an aggressive driver.
My life is too precious for me to be aggressive.
I've chased someone down Major Mac once because they cut me off like at a ridiculous. And then once I pulled up at the light, would not look at me, would not roll down his window. Like, I chased him the fuck. My sister was like, yo, you gotta chill. Like, just stop. I was like, fuck no. Like, I have bad road rage. I drove my dad's car for the first time since all that fuck shit happened with the gas pedal not working and the brakes not working.
How'd that go?
It was good, actually. I drove it like 3 times over the weekend and I wasn't. Well, the first time I was shitting myself. After that, I was okay.
I don't know. I'm too aggressive. I'm too precious. I look at life too preciously to be too aggressive.
What's like the fastest you go on the highway?
120.
Really? 120,
maybe. I touch 140, but anything after 140, you get your car impounded. So
do you?
Yeah. Well, so it's the thing is, wherever I gotta go, I don't gotta be there that fast. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I could be late to some shit. I'm sometimes late to some shit, but I'm not disregarding my life to get to a point, because if I can't get to the point, what's the point of doing that shit?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I'm always like a one. My thing is, if you're not pushing more than 120, get the fuck out of the fast lane.
Hey man, to be honest, you might say that now and then get pulled over for pushing 120.
I've never been pulled over, knock on wood, for all 7 years of driving.
Yeah man, I'm not
trying. Or in an axe. Well, once I hit someone from the back, but he got scared of me, so he drove away, and then I got lucky.
Yeah, you just incriminated yourself.
No, I didn't. Because it would have been my fault.
Oh,
He's
really?
the one who drove away, because I scared him, because I said, look where the fuck you stopped. Who the fuck stops in the middle of an intersection? Then he got in his car, and I thought he was getting all his insurance shit, and he drove off. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, all right, fuck it.
Cool.
But I got these Invisaligns and shit. Oh, let me tell you about the procedure I went through.
Okay.
My whole Monday was kind of like skewed.
Yes.
Dude I got like this propel system in my Invisalign where they kind of like go to
Twist it?
Yeah, and they go to the root of my thing.
Yep.
How you know about this?
Because you're talking to someone who had braces at one point in their life.
But not talk. Well, you had propel before? Oh, propel's kind of new.
They have to twist it. Well, when you have braces and you have the little things, the blocks on your teeth, they got to twist those too to make them tighter and shift your whole mouth around.
No, okay, you're talking about braces. I'm talking about propel. I'm talking about propel is like a dental procedure where they kind of hit the root of the tooth and inflame it, so it's able to shift the teeth around a lot faster. It cuts your treatment time in half.
Oh, we never did that.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And then dude that was doing it to me, dude put like the topical gel to kind of numb the shit, and then he didn't even wait like 5 minutes or nothing. He put that shit on, bam, brought out the needle, put the numbing
shit. Did you feel it?
Yeah, I felt the needle in. I was like, what the fuck? And then he waited another 10 minutes after he did it, and he put another freezing gel in it, and then he kind of hit me with the little propel thing, and he was twisting. I was like, yo, why is it so goddamn much pressure on my gums, bro? Like he's,
ow.
And then he hit me with IPR, and then he kind of shaved down like 2 teeth or something. That kind of gets
some
space.
I miss the braces days.
Man. Yeah, man. So let's see. I'm supposed to be done by like the end of July.
Okay.
By August.
That's quick.
So I switched. Yeah, because I got the procedure. I paid more money for it. I dropped a fucking load on my teeth, man.
How much?
As of yesterday, or as of altogether, probably like $3,400.
Damn.
Yeah.
Would you ever get like a diamond? Like once your teeth are all fixed and shit. Would you ever get grills?
Yeah, I would.
Like blinged out grills or like just regular grills?
I'll get regular gold grill. I'll probably get fangs, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Yeah, like gold fangs. I'll probably do that. I feel like it would work for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll get the gold fangs.
Okay.
All right, so that's enough about my thing. Man, these hurt though.
I know.
I was thinking about making a YouTube video about my Invisalign journey.
You know, I was thinking, because, you know, I didn't really know that people make like YouTube videos about their journeys, right? And like, I was on Accutane starting almost a year ago, actually. I was on Accutane. My acne, people who know me and saw me in real life, you would literally not believe, seeing my before pictures without any makeup on, you would not believe that I had acne that bad. Like, I'll show you afterwards.
She was fucked up.
You will be disgusted. It looks like an acne horror commercial. Like, I actually had it so fucking bad. I used to cry about it all the time. Like, because it's so embarrassing. It's like you go out in public and it's like, you can't go out in public without makeup. And like, it's like, you just don't want people looking at you, and like, you're insecure, like being around people without anything on.
I always find
like,
it weird. Like, people who have like severe acne and put on makeup, like we see that shit. You know that, right?
I know, but no, trust me. When I show you my pictures, you're going to be like, I had no idea you had it that bad. Like, I don't feel like a lot of people I showed them to, like a lot of friends and stuff. And even my sister's friends, they're like, she actually had it like that. And they saw me during those times. I was like, yeah.
She was crazy.
But it's so funny because being on YouTube now, like I see a bunch of people do like Accutane journeys. When I get enough confidence and I get the balls to drop my Accutane, my before pictures, then I'll do it. It's the before pictures that like make me so like nervous.
No,
because the after picture is amazing.
The after pictures is what really bring lights to the before. It's like, whoa, like the worse you are before and the better you are after is what brings like the most amount of light. It's like, whoa, that shit really worked.
Yeah, yo, I'll show you after. You're actually gonna be shook. The before was disgusting. I would not talk to me if I was anybody in this world.
Oh, that's nasty.
Like it was nasty.
I never had a acne problem growing up.
See, my mom had it really bad when she was growing up, and me and my youngest sister got that from her. But I had it the worst out of all three of my sisters. Out of the two of my sisters, I definitely had it the worst.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
I never had that type of shit.
And it sucked because I didn't get it until I turned 20. I didn't have it in high school. It was the year after I came back from Baltimore. But it's weird. Every time I'm in the States, it's like they put shit, you know how they put shit like in their water, like minerals and stuff. When I'm
we put that over here. We put fluoride in our water.
I know, but theirs is different. When I wash my face in the States, like even I remember once I was in New York for 5 days, my skin cleared up so fast, like so good. As soon as I came home, broke out again. Like I noticed that a lot, which is weird. And as soon as I came home from Baltimore was when it all.
So you tell me the people in the States that have like some fucked up skin really just don't wash their face at all?
Probably.
Oh, probably. That might be the new thing.
I don't know.
All right, so let's get into some topics, all right?
Okay.
We are 15 minutes in. We do this a lot. All right.
Why are you talking like that?
So we talked about Juicy Smollett.
Oh my God.
We talked about it. We talked about him last week. And
No. I'm gonna need you to rewind and say it again.
Juicy Smollett.
You said we talked about Juicy Smollett.
That's his name. Just say.
It's Jussie.
Jussie, not like Jussie. Juicy Smollett.
Like I said, juicy. Like, why do you have to make it sound so like it's just Jussie Smollett? That's it.
Jussie. Yo, his sister's name is Junie Smollett, right?
Okay, that's great. But it's not Juicy.
Yo, his sister looks like Jordan Sparks. You realize that?
Does she? I didn't look at her.
Yeah, his sister looks like Jordan Sparks, and she's pretty, and she got AIDS in that movie. Temptation.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was in a movie.
Yeah. You ever watch that Tyler Perry movie, Temptation?
No.
Where homeboy, when girl left.
Oh, with Beyonce. No, that's something else.
You ever watch that Carmen movie with Beyonce?
Carmen?
Yeah. See, this is for all the OG people out there. If you know what Carmen is,
I don't.
It's a musical song. It's a musical movie.
I'm not even gonna front.
You don't know Carmen? You like Beyonce? Like
girls?
Do you like?
I don't like Beyonce. I don't follow Beyonce like that. Like I like her, but I'm not like Beehive. Like
I'm not Beehive either. But like, if you know about Beyonce, you know about Carmen.
Okay, well I don't know about Carmen.
You know about Carmen. I might post this on this. Ask to see if people know. I might ask. If you know about Carmen, then you know about Carmen.
Okay.
If you know about Carmen.
If you don't know about Carmen, then...
But Carmen the movie with Beyonce in it. If you know about Carmen.
When you say Carmen, I think of Spy Kids.
Nah. What?
Because the girl's name was Carmen.
Was it really?
Yes.
How'd they grow up? Did she grow up fine?
Yeah, she has a baby.
She grew up nice?
She's married and has a baby.
All right. That's good. That's good.
You have to keep in mind, you and I are a good 5 years apart. 5? You're going to be 27 this year?
Yeah. So
I'll be 24. Oh, no, 3.
So she graduated, right?
26, yeah.
My brother is 5 years apart from me, and he knows a lot of shit. Maybe because he's just around me. That's why. Maybe that might be the thing.
Okay, anyways, back to Jussie Smollett.
All right, so he spoke out about his attack.
Yes.
Didn't really address it too detailed. And also he said that he's the gay Tupac.
Yeah.
But a lot of holes and a lot of people, after people listened to it, they were like, whoa, this is disgusting. What type of country we live in? MAGA hats, white people.
Yeah,
beating
I
up.
felt like that.
Exactly, right? And then people took a seat back, really listened to the information. It was like, this don't sound believable, bro. It sounds kind of wild. It's kind of sounding like, so you got beat up in like negative Antarctica weather. You still walked into your hotel with the noose around your neck and a sandwich. You still got the sandwich and the noose around your neck. You know, and there's other like conspiracy theories saying that he was cruising for sex.
Oh.
It was you trying to look for a cheap thrill.
I heard one that he actually got into a little love quarrel with Lee Daniels. That's another rumor that I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but that was another.
Oh, Lee Daniels also posted and deleted something. If you think about it, he posted something and he deleted it right after.
Yeah, like a few people have said that it could have been. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Yeah.
A few people have said that he could have, like, there was a theory that he could have gotten to like a little love quarrel with Lee Daniels, and obviously Lee Daniels has not come out as gay. So
Lee Daniels is gay.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't know where you've been, but Lee Daniels is gay.
I was just gonna say, where the fuck have I been?
Yeah, you've been.
I did not know he was gay. Okay,
He's
so
been gay the whole time.
that's a plausible theory. But you know what I thought was weird? Like, because the thing is, like, everybody knows I'm the kind of person who believes everybody, blah blah blah. Like,
which is not a good thing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And then you come out to be a liar, and then he makes you look stupid. Imagine if you had a huge
No,
platform.
it never makes me look stupid, because if it really did happen, then guess what? I still believed you. So
No, but what if you come out as a thing? It's like a huge platform. It's like, I believe whatever. And then you go like, oh, this is disgusting. That. And you kind of make a divide. And it's like, he comes out as he's the liar. And he was just coming like, and you're like, damn. Fuck.
okay, well,
I believe the liar.
anyways,
That's damaging though, too.
yeah, but okay, the thing is, it's okay. I find it really weird that in where he's speaking out for the first time publicly, he was at a concert, right? And he's reading off of a paper. Like, I don't
fucking
get
fought back.
why wouldn't you just speak from the heart? Like, why do you have to read off a paper for an experience like that? It's a PR thing.
You think he's lying?
Well, that's the thing, because you know what? He said he wasn't hospitalized in that thing. He said he didn't go to the hospital.
But isn't that the new story that broke out? He was in the hospital?
And how come Lee Daniels posted a screenshot of them on FaceTime? And his face had a scratch on it in the hospital. And then they also said there was no footage. I'm pretty sure it was Lee Daniels. Let me just double check.
Hold on. For a guy who said he got beat up, put noose around his neck, and bleach or liquid substance.
Yeah, Lee Daniels is the one who FaceTimed him, and he has a screenshot of him in the hospital with a scratch on his face.
But he's light skinned, right? His face should look a lot redder. You know how light skinned people are? Like, you get the cut and then you get the redness around it?
Yeah.
You think that's makeup?
Okay, I don't know about that. But I also think...
Nina, if you get a scratch on your face and you tell me you just get a line...
I usually do, though. You don't always
man.
get the redness around it.
It's why wouldn't you? It's blood rushing to the cut.
But he only has this one small cut. That's it.
Well, yeah. Also, for a guy who said he got his ass beat, like, why you only got one cut?
That's what I don't know. And also the other sketchy thing is, I did some research, and Chicago is number 3 out of the top 5 cities in the world with the largest surveillance camera networks. They have 17,000 cameras within the city.
Yeah.
How come there's no footage?
You lying?
Doesn't really make sense.
And also, they're talking about like the phone records. Who did he call? Apparently, after he got beat
on
up,
the phone with his manager.
Exactly. Why would you call your manager after you get your ass beat? Why not call 911?
I don't know, because maybe. Well, that's the thing. I don't know. There's something that's not right about it.
Exactly.
But I think, like, I was also thinking maybe it could have just been like an inside job. Initially, we thought last week possibly, because we were recording right when it came out. And then I was like, oh, like maybe it was an inside job with the people at the subway and they deleted the camera footage. But now, like, just these pieces not making sense, and apparently he's not cooperating with the police and blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Sounds like a liar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds fishy to me.
Definitely sounds fishy, but I don't know. It's like, why would somebody make up a story like that?
To gain clout?
But like,
hold on. Why do you make it seem like this is fucking astronomical? You can't believe it. There's white girls who lied about people raping them all the time.
I know.
There's people who lie about the dumbest shit.
But that's why I just don't get why people lie about that shit. Like, why? Like, what are you getting out of it?
There's people out there who lie, who find it hard to tell the truth. Who find it fucking hard to tell the truth. They'll try to address the truth and then they'll dance around it and then they'll just end up just copping up to a lie and then just leaving. People who can't tell the truth.
Okay.
Maybe Jesse is just a fucking low class liar who just happened to rise up to stardom.
I don't want to believe that though, because he just seems so nice. No, but seriously, like, my real question is, if I could talk to him right now, I would ask him, like, why?
Why?
If
What?
He didn't lie about it. Why?
Man,
well, what was this?
You don't got records.
Benefit of this?
Got records.
Now, if anything, it just makes you look worse for lying about something like this.
You got records to sell. Hey, yo, bro, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. Like, he's inside the media. A lot of the information we want from him, we're probably never gonna get. Terrence Howard still haven't spoke on. Terrence J still hasn't spoke on the fucking incident where he crashed. It's a criminal incident.
Yeah.
Why haven't I seen no type of? I haven't seen this man on the books nowhere.
I mean,
Why have they not arrested
on
him?
the gram, but he just has never spoken about it. Yeah.
Why hasn't he been arrested? What happened to the girl that ran away from the car with him?
Who was she?
Who was she?
I have questions.
The fact that we don't know information regarding Terrence J's that crashing a Lambo into a what do you drive? A tree?
And a fire hydrant and a window.
Fleeing the scene. What the fuck?
I don't know, man. It's really fucked up. I forgot about that.
People, and exactly, that's what happened. That's what the new celebrity thing to do. Just never address it, and then people forget about it.
Yeah.
And then people remember about it eventually, and it's like, damn. All right, so 21 Savage is not a U.S. citizen. Was this surprising to you? Was this surprising to you?
Yes, obviously, I did not expect this to come out.
In hindsight, 21 Savage never really reflected on his youth. He kind of just reflected on just growing up in Atlanta and just being around murder, mayhem, and chaos.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird because like a video resurfaced of his mom at some giveaway charity thing that he did for the community, and she has like a British accent, and like, okay, my thing is,
her mom's of the Dominican of nationality.
Yeah, but wasn't she born in England too? Because I've seen a birth certificate and it makes you state the parent's place of birth too. And I
don't know if that's real. I don't know if
the whole thing is real.
I don't know if that's real. You just tell me just coincidentally his whole birth certificate just gets put up on the internet.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if the whole thing is real because didn't he have a gun possession thing in high school?
He said that he did have guns in high school.
I don't know if I couldn't find anything on charges for that, but he was convicted for felony drug charges back in 2014 in the state of Georgia.
Apparently his lawyer said, no, that's not right, but it's still on file.
It's still on file. Yeah. So he would have got deported then because that's a felony charge. You would get deported right away for that. Yeah. So how come now all of a sudden like it's coming up? And also I was trying to look, has he ever gone on tour outside of the US?
No, he hasn't. He can't.
Okay, so then
I thought the reason why I thought he never went on tour outside, I just thought he never had a big fan base outside the country.
Me too. But, well, I just didn't know whether or not, but I figured if that was the case, like, it was just because he doesn't have that big of a fan base. Yeah. But now it makes sense. But I just think the whole thing is sketchy because it's like, yeah, if he had that felony drug charge, they would have deported him right away, which is weird. Yeah. Also, when I was, like, reading up on it and stuff, it said that he actually has a means to stay because he was a victim of violence back when his best friend was killed or something. And his kids are U.S. citizens, so like he can actually stay, but ICE is not giving him, like they're not doing it for him. And he applied for a visa in 2017.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And they had it on pause, and they know that, and they just decided to arrest him all of a sudden.
But my thing is, why 2017 after 2005?
I don't know.
There's certain things that
maybe because he was trying to go on tour around that he's like, okay, I can get it done quick because I'm a celebrity. But like you would think before the come up, you would want to apply for that.
I'm just saying, there's certain things that just don't make sense. Or maybe there's certain things that are left out that just don't connect well. You tell me after 2005, 21 Savage and I are the same age. 2005 is about, you're 13. 13, and then what, expires in 2006? Or it was here in 2004, it expired in 2005.
I think he was here in 2005.
And it expires in 2006. So he's 14. He's in high school when his visa expires. Okay, but 4 years. 4 years in high school. I don't know if his mom's a citizen. It looks like they also exposed his father. His father's like a doctor.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it's Dr. Amasu or something.
Okay.
Which is now weird. It's like I thought he said he didn't grow with his pops.
Oh, I don't know. I never pay attention to that.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what. All right, let me get my words straight. This whole 21 Savage thing it's unfortunate to hear.
Yes.
But it's for a person who's looking looking in. It's kind of like, why didn't you file?
Yeah. Well, in his defense, 2017. How old were you in 2017?
That's 2 years ago. 23? Oh no, 26. No, 24.
Okay, so
20. Yeah, no, 20.
24.
25. My bad. 25.
Okay. So, I mean, like, he should have applied for it maybe just after high school, because I feel like that's when you really start to become like super independent, is just after high school.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, maybe he just thought like it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I feel like once he hit 2017, he's like, shit, like I need to get on tour outside of this country if I want to make more money. So let me apply for it now. I feel like that was his thought process. Because I feel like before that, he was just young, dumb, stupid, just running around doing the music thing, whatever. And then he started to blow up and he's like, fuck, I need to make more money and get out of here.
But my thing is, he's paying American taxes.
Is he?
He has to.
Okay.
He has to. If he's paying American taxes, like, who would have thought he's not American? And then I remember you posted something that said that 21 never hid the fact that he was never hid the fact that he was in the U.S. illegally. I mean, what do you mean? If you don't blatantly address it, it's hiding too.
Yeah. Well, nobody had any sort of idea.
Yeah, exactly. You telling me if no one says if I'm here illegally, if I never bring it up, are you not going to assume I'm American or a Canadian?
Yeah. No,
is that really? What do you mean? I never hid the fact.
Yeah.
If I don't talk about it,
I just think also like even if he was to go back to the UK, like he has that global fan base. He wouldn't. It's not like he's going back somewhere where it's.
I don't know if he's going back to the UK. They might send him to Dominica.
Oh shit!
Because he was born in Dominica.
Well, if they send him back to the UK, let's say for theory, like hypothetically, if that is where they sent him back to, I don't think it would necessarily be that traumatic. Minus the fact that the kids, like whatever, would he be allowed back into the US though? That's what I'm not sure.
Usually when you get deported, you're never able to come back.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
But the reason I was saying that I don't think it would be that big of a change is because the UK is a country that is similar yet different to the United States and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But
you still have a strong career out there.
Yeah,
and
you know
what
I mean? Like
you got the European stuff out there.
You still have that
Spain.
global fan base. Yeah, you still have like, it's pretty similar to here. Like it's pretty similar in terms of lifestyle and whatnot. So that's why I would say that it's not like a huge thing, but because if he couldn't come back and his kids are here. How many kids does he have? 1 or 2?
3.
Oh shit. My bad. But yeah, I don't know.
21 bloke.
Another thing I wanted to address, Demi Lovato. So people got mad at Demi Lovato for tweeting the funniest thing about the Super Bowl is the 21 Savage memes. Wale went at her and was like,
to be honest,
it wasn't funny about the heroin and blah, blah, blah. And a few other people went after her. Then the public went after her. I got a question.
What?
How come nobody went after that sports broadcaster, Jamel Hill, who posted 2 tweets of her own that were memes of Soulja Boy, the whole Drake thing? And it said, I have it right here. There was 2 of them. I screenshotted them. And I'm like, how come nobody's giving her the same heat? The first one said, so he didn't have 21 M's in his bank account. He had 21 pounds. And then it had the Soulja Boy thing. First of all, that's a stupid fucking joke because 21 pounds is only $42. So that doesn't even make sense. Then the next one is 21 Savages from the UK with the Soulja Boy thing again. Nobody came at her with that same energy. Chris Brown also posted something and nobody came at him either. So I don't understand why everybody... You
can make fun of your own, but when someone outside your own makes fun of you, it's like, bitch, look, you
but
chill
it's
out,
like
relax.
She wasn't even making fun of him. She was laughing at the memes like everybody else was.
Yeah, keep that to yourself.
Like, it just... I don't know. I think the way everybody went at her was super extra and unnecessary because it's like... Okay, everybody else was laughing about it, so like, why is it such a big deal? Obviously, it's because she's white. That's why everyone's going at her.
Yeah, she's crackhead too, alleged crackhead.
Yeah, but now people are saying, "Oh, she's racist" and blah blah blah. That's a reach. Like, come on, that's a reach. She's Italian, so like, if this was a
what
case,
does that mean?
No, this is what I'm explaining. If this was a case of, let's say, her, like, because she's Italian, she's not just American like Tommy Loren or whatever her name is, right? Demi Lovato could get deported too. So she's laughing at something that could have potentially happened to her.
Was she not born in America?
I don't know, but let's say hypothetically she wasn't, or her family members or something who are here illegally, they could get deported too. So she's laughing at a situation that could still happen to her as well. Italians
would face a lot of discrimination earlier on in America.
Yeah.
Them or Irish would face a lot of discrimination. They would call Italians WOPs. You know what I mean? Without papers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I say that to say this. It's like, hey man, we all have our own struggles, but we don't kind of just, shit on other people's struggles.
I mean, I've heard people still use the WOPs term nowadays. But are
you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they think it's funny. I mean, I don't think it's funny, but they think it's funny. I just think that everyone who's going at her and calling her racist and stuff, it's super unnecessary, and that's not the case. She's literally laughing at the memes like the rest of the world. So what, am I racist because I laughed at them too? No. It's funny, bro. Like, it's genuinely, we're not laughing at him and the situation. We're laughing at the fact that he's actually from the UK. Like, this is really a thing. Like, nobody, when you picture a UK man, like, you don't picture someone like, I don't know, with tats on their face and shit. Like, you picture someone, you know, like all proper and shit. Like, British people, instantly when you hear British, you think of like prim and proper just because of the accent.
No, I think of tracksuit.
Okay.
Tracksuits.
I think of like when I hear a British accent, you don't picture it coming from 21 Savage with a knife on his forehead.
It's
like,
it's a knife.
You know what yeah, you know what I mean? Like you don't see that. That's why it's funny, but it's like everyone just got so sensitive. Like, chill the fuck out, bro.
You know what? This situation is so like not, it's criminal, but like it's so like outside criminal 21 element.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you got fucked up on immigration charges?
It's not something anybody would have seen coming.
Yeah, like you would think like 21 would got into like some type of altercation with someone or something like that.
Yeah.
Which led to something crazy, but immigration?
Yeah. And he just dropped a Forever 21 line too, huh?
Exactly. Fuck.
Crazy.
Fuck, man.
Like, this is just the start of 2019. I wonder what else we're gonna get.
Oh yeah, I'm saying, 2019 has so far first quarter, fucking crazy.
We're not even through a quarter yet.
We're not even first quarter. We're like
1 out of 12.
No, I'm not. A quarter's 3 months out the year.
I know. We're not even at the 3-month mark yet.
Yeah, I know. This is
we're in the first quarter.
Yeah,
I get it.
Sorry,
so I'm really tired.
So we're still in January. Was a doozy. We got hit over the head with the R. Kelly. And then we got hit over the head. Oh, yeah. I forgot. We got hit over the head with Soulja Boy.
Damn, January was really that long.
What else? We got hit over the head with like a whole bunch of other sexual allegations going on. We got hit over the head with some other shit. Yeah.
And now we're starting February 21.
Yeah, 21 started off like Black History Month too, man. Fucking up the black. Oh, and we got Bow we're going to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy in these streets.
Are you want to talk about Bow or you want to talk about the game? Let's talk about Bow Wow first. Okay. All right, man. Bow Wow. See, the thing is, I don't like the fact that I saw scratches on Bow Wow's face. Mm-hmm. You know, people are saying like, "Yo, we're so glad you didn't hit the women," but other people are shitting on him.
But
like,
that's bad on her part.
Yeah, but like, I still say like, yo, maybe as a deterrent, maybe he should just pop her in and shit one time.
Well, I
just
said
like, yo, chill out.
I said it before on the podcast. It's like, girls have no problem coming at other girls with this fighting energy and like getting into a scrap. Sometimes they're a little more afraid to do it, I think, but they will go at guys with that full on like crazy energy ready to go, because in their head they're like, he can't hit me back, and if he does, he's in the wrong anyway, so I could talk to him and disrespect him whatever way I want. Like, you gotta understand, humans are humans. Expect the same fucking energy, whether it's the same sex or the other person. Don't instigate a problem for no reason just because you think you're at an advantage. Like, that's a sick way of thinking. And a lot of girls think like that.
Humans have two reactions: fight or flight.
It's really fucked up. Like, I would never come at a guy with the same energy I come at my sister with without expecting the same reaction that my sister has, which is getting into a fist fight. Well, that was a little while ago, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't expect that. I think it's just crazy. Like, and even just seeing this, like his face all scratched up like that, that's disrespectful. And if I was that girl, I would be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah, like what the, like you really, like, it was like some people always say is, if you gotta get to that point where you feel like you gotta put physical harm on someone, you shouldn't even be with them. Like, you gotta just leave. But like, I say that to say this. I'm not trying to like, I think Bow should just pop the one time in the chin, like slow her ass down.
Like, I'm proud of him for not doing anything, but he had every right to.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be mad. I necessarily wouldn't be mad.
But obviously, the rest of the sensitive world who got it Demi Lovato is gonna be mad about this too. Like,
I look at it different, right? I look at if you're one of those guys that come back home and beat on your wife or beat on your girlfriend just because like you're having a shady day, or maybe they just messed up on someone. You gotta you want to put hands and feet on her.
And that's fucked
you want
to
give her the ground and pounds, Tyson blows and shit like that. Like that type of shit, that's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. It's different from this. It's different from when a woman is coming at you, hitting and clawing and scratching,
like
calling you a bitch and all that stuff.
Bow Wow might have been like, yo, you better just relax. And Bow Wow might have been just trying to stop her from, trying to restrain her and shit like that. But I think you should, like, sometimes you just chill out. And maybe that would have stunned her.
Like, I've always wondered how, when I see girls fighting with like against their boyfriends or something. Like I always wonder how the guy just hugs them and holds them while the girl is like kicking and punching.
He's a battered.
Like,
he's a battered.
insane,
he's a battered mate. That's what
I would never be able to do that.
That's what you call a battered man. Ain't no fucking throw hands at me and I'm gonna hug you. Nah, fuck all that love shit. Nah, fuck all that turn the other cheek. I've always
wondered, like, kudos to you guys for holding your shit, but like,
he's a battered man.
That's crazy.
Ain't no. You can
have
a
someone touches me. Like,
you have you can have a verbal confrontation, and things just be verbal, and then you kind of make it up after. But like you told me, you're gonna try to put hands and feet on me, and then you try to hit me with Tyson blows, and you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And just relax. Like I'm not gonna hug you after. Ain't no like piece it up. You're not a man. Or not even a man, but like it's not even like as a guy. Some guys you just fight and then you fight out, you get out the energy and you just move about your day. Like it's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, I just think if I was this Kaomi Leslie chick, I would be extremely embarrassed. Like that's not a good look, sis.
I hope that Bow Wow throws a book at her. Oh, but then again, Bow Wow is Fruit Town Pyru, so he doesn't believe in probably any type of legal repercussions against him, against people. So he probably just gonna drop the charges.
Damn.
She might not drop the charges though. But
what charges is she gonna put on him?
Probably
it was all over talking to another guy. See, that's the other thing. She was giving another guy like. I just don't get what is so hard to be like loyal and all about one person. Like, why is that so difficult for some people to understand? Like, why do you have to be out here flirting with other guys and giving other guys the attention that while your man is right there, bro? Like, even regardless if he's there or not, like, why are you giving all that attention to somebody who doesn't give a fuck about you versus somebody who actually does care about you and who's actually there? Like, I just don't get people.
Man, this is the world that we live in.
I just don't get it.
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Right? You think they could piece things up together?
I think Bow Wow is a simp, to be honest. And I think he will forgive her.
So is Bow Wow?
And then I think she's gonna take advantage and leave him.
You think Bow Wow is a battered lover?
Yeah, I think he's a simp for real.
Fuck. Damn. You tell me he's going. Damn. You think he's gonna put? Oh, damn.
I think he's gonna. Take her back. Oh my god, sorry.
Damn, you tired like I was tired last week, but I'm
actually really tired. I think he's gonna take her back, and then when she gets like whatever clout she needs from it, she's gonna dip.
All right, so let's talk about this game. You think Game is whack for doing what he got to do? Because the game has been on his very salacious wave as of recently. He has a video snippet going out saying that he had my dick in Kim's throat. I was holding about it
or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, talking about all that nasty shit. Get Mickey and Kylie Jenner breakfast. Mm-hmm. He didn't fuck. No. He was babysitting Kylie.
Yeah.
And then talking about he fucked.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, it's talking about he fucked.
Oh, so now it's okay. I see how you work. All right.
Talking about the Indian love shit. If we might talk about that shit because we seen that pictures of Indian love.
Oh yeah.
That shit's out there. But I'm talking about this other thing, like even the Black China saying he fucked Black China and shit like that.
Chloe.
You know what I mean? Like.
And also, so what he said? What did he say about Sin again? How he fucked her, right?
He said he fucked Sin
before Joe or after Joe.
Before Joe.
Oh yeah, that would make sense because they're getting married.
Wow.
Joe Budden responded. He brought up the whole India love shit and how the game had a sexual assault allegation against him, and he had to he lost the case and like all this other shit. And Joe was saying something that stuck out to me. Joe was saying he thinks that the game sees Sin as a stat now to say that he fucked her because she's with Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that fully. I agree with it to an extent, but I do think I don't think it's necessarily all because of Joe. Like Sin kind of blew up a little bit with the whole love and hip hop thing. She started to get more clout, and then whatever, Joe came in the picture.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Would you really talk about Sin Santana off of just love and hip hop?
I don't know. People talk about K Michelle off of just love and hip hop.
Because K Michelle was able to do something off of that. Like she had a beautiful voice and she was able to get her own spin-off show.
Jocelyn Hernandez, is that her name?
She was a very upbeat personality where she was very different.
Jocelyn.
No,
she was not.
You don't think her personality was a lot different?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it was different. I don't think it was.
And I don't even think people talk about her like that. It was talking about her more so because she was Stevie J and the whole antics that Stevie J was doing. Right now, I don't know if she's really in the conversation right now because before it used to be Jocelyn Hernandez is a man.
But Sin, the reason I say with Sin is because like she's been doing her thing in terms of like she's been getting her name around via the internet. I found out about Sin. Listen, I found out about Sin through on Instagram a couple of years ago when she posted that Christmas video of her singing in a Santa Claus hat or rapping with a Santa Claus hat, a broom, and a drink in one hand. That's how I found out because I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't really pay attention to Joe Budden. And that's how I found out about her. Like, she has all those videos of her doing her little morning concerts to Beyonce and stuff like that. Like, I feel like she, to an extent, she did give herself a name. And then Joe Budden came along, obviously elevated that because a lot of people know Joe. And then they're like, who's your wife? And blah, blah, blah.
It's when you're around people that have star status. Mm-hmm. Is that when it starts to rub off on you? Well, Sin could be, there's a lot of girls on the internet who are probably known, but they're not necessarily star status because they haven't broke out that mold.
Okay.
Whereas in Sin's situation, yes, she's independent. She don't really need Joe, let's say. But with Joe, coupled with Joe, now she is aligned with a man who is of a very prominent media industry, one of the premier voices in hip hop culture. Now, her status goes up. Mm-hmm. So if Joel's saying that, yo, you one of them weird type of guys who like to brag about girls you've been with after because they're attached to certain people.
Yeah.
Joel wouldn't be too far off saying that because it actually holds merit.
Agree.
It holds merit.
I agree, but that's what I was saying to an extent. But the other thing is Joe seemed pretty hurt. Like, not hurt, but he's like, why is this the first time I'm finding out about it and blah, blah, blah. Like, for you personally, does it matter who your girl smashed before you?
To be honest, if it was my girl, I don't think so. But if I knew prior to smashing, depending on who they've been with, I probably wouldn't even give it the time of day. Mm-hmm. But if it's my girl, that means I probably didn't even.
So, like, who would be off limits for you? Like, not names-wise, but, like, best friends, acquaintances, like, office people at work, like who's off limits to the point where it's like, yo, I would not talk to you.
I don't date girls I work with anyways.
Okay.
So even if one of the people we work with smashed her, I wouldn't want to be around her anyway.
Weren't you? Never mind.
And on top of that,
yeah, like who else is off limits?
Yeah, friends, best friends are off limits. Probably like corny popular people out there. Yeah. There's certain people that, yeah, if they're out there and I consider them corny and you've been with them.
Okay, so give an example of someone corny within the city that you think.
I'm not doing that.
Why? Just do it.
I don't know. I'm not doing that.
Just do it.
I'm not doing that.
Why are you scared?
I'm not scared of nothing. Say it. I'm not scared of nothing.
Okay.
But I'm not doing that. It's unnecessary.
Well.
There's people out there that I wouldn't, if you've been with like that person, I'm like, all right, you good. I don't want that.
I feel like for me, it's like, I wouldn't talk to you, obviously, if you had a thing or fucked my friends. But I've made the mistake of being loyal to the wrong friends and not talk. Like, the man would try to talk to me afterwards and I was like, nah, like whatever. I know this person really had genuine feelings for you. So like, I'm not going to dabble into that, whatever. And like, they would keep asking why. And I straight up told them, like, that's my friend. Like, I would be very hurt if that was the case. Like, I had real feelings for you and you went and tried to talk to her, whatever, like just being loyal. And that came back and bit me in the ass. So I've learned to not be loyal to that extent.
She ended up fucking your friend?
No. Like that girl and I don't know. We're just not really like, nothing like, not a huge fallout or nothing like that. It's just like, I found out some things that were going on behind the scenes in terms of things that were being said about me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I don't know why the fuck I was loyal to you and even bothered doing that. So I just, I didn't address it because I'm like, I don't have the energy for that, whatever.
You just cut the bitch off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ain't nothing cut that bitch off.
I don't gotta explain myself to nobody, like, But it's like, that's for me, like, that's a thing. Like, if you talk to my best friend or a friend even that I'm at some, like, I'm actually have some sort of relation with, that I'm close with, whatever, like, and fuck them or they had feelings for you, whatever, like, obviously that's off limits. trying to think what else. Like, I don't know. I think it's weird when people hook up with people that I know. Like, it's just weird. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk to you if I know you fucked somebody that I know. Like, that I know. Or
Yeah,
not even that I just, like, I don't know. Just weird.
I couldn't do that. I don't want to do that.
I just don't trust people.
I don't want to do that because there's way too much. There's way too much just out there for me to just try to like cheap out and just try to get something that was like someone else's that I know.
Yeah.
And like there's one thing, like say if we smash a chick and I really don't know, I don't know that she dealt with you like that, and it wasn't necessarily something that I was trying to be invested in, and it comes out to find out, yo, we both did it, then all right, then that happens. But because not every guy, well, I don't know about you, but not every chick I talk to, I necessarily share with my friends.
What do you mean share? Like
show them like, yo, this is who I'm dealing with right now.
Oh, I don't do that either, actually.
Yeah, so it's like, because sometimes you just want to just, you just want to just see where it goes, and then, or maybe you're not even there for a long time, you're just there for a good time, and then you kind of just you pushing.
Well, not even that. I have like, my thing is I noticed that when I start to tell more people about somebody, it's like right then and there I just jinx it and it all goes downhill. So like I try to just keep it to myself. It's so funny though, because anybody who knows me knows if I ever come to you and say, okay, so I didn't tell you this, but that means I'm going to tell you that I like have literally been hiding a guy for like 3-4 months. Like not told you. I've been going on dates when I've been telling you that I've been hanging out at home or like doing nothing. Like,
yeah, what did it come out? It's like, oh, he been fucking me too.
It's so no. I think I would figure that out.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would figure that out. I'm a top-notch investigator. We already discussed this.
Just because you wouldn't.
I am a top-notch investigator.
No, you wouldn't.
I would figure that shit out, yo. But yeah, I don't know. It's I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, man.
Switch the subject.
All right, so Chris Sales is apparently banned from using social media, even YouTube where he makes his money, which is kind of fucked. Why did Judge do that? Why would it do that?
So I was Googling to see like if you
Allegedly.
if you have this, like if you have no bail bond or whatever it is, can you work like while you're in the state of Texas? Can you still keep your job? But nothing came up, so I think that just depends on your workplace. Because I was gonna say if that was the case and you could still work, then this is unfair. But he can't leave the state of Texas, which is
that's why he went to like Detroit like a few times during his being out on bond.
Well, maybe this just got implemented now.
Maybe. Because you gotta get the GPS monitoring device, which is fucked up. I would hate to have that.
Isn't that just another word for ankle bracelet?
It is. But I swear Rick Ross has that shit, or I guess either Rick Ross still has it or he took it off.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this. I don't really have any remorse for the guy.
This is all alleged. I don't know why they haven't put her under stipulations.
Who, Parker?
Yeah. Or is it because she's the one that was accusing him and charging him?
Well, she had proof, and they had the strangle or marks, whatever, on her neck were consistent with what would that be that of strangulation and shit like that. So, I mean, like... Yeah, she told police Chris repeatedly slapped her, punched her in the face, and strangled her during the assault, and said he tried to defend herself because she thought she was going to die. Man was giving her Tyson blows, eye jammies, ground and pounds. I don't even know what I would ever do if I was in a scenario like that. Damn. It's scary. Shit, that's crazy. Oh, man. Well, that's that situation. That's fucked up. Domestic violence is never a good thing. No, never. No. All right, so Soulja Boy accused of kidnapping women and trying to tie her up for 6 hours. I don't know if I believe this. Soulja Boy has a girl in his life that he fucking loves. Yeah, isn't that Megan chick? Yeah, he promotes her on his story all the time. I want to be called in 2019. By the way, my goal is to be called Balenciaga Beautiful by somebody. Balenciaga. Are you listening to the Guap Dad 4000? That is a new level of beautiful. Are you listening to Guap Dad 4000? Yeah, I'm bumping that shit every day. Balenciaga Beautiful. I'm joking. I heard Soulja Boy say it to that Megan chick. Did you? That sounds like more of a Guap Dad 4000. I don't even know who the fuck is Guap Dad. You never heard about Guap Dad 4000? No. Guap Dad 4000? No, I don't know who the fuck that is. Wow, you are so out. Nina, no, what I'm not. Me and DJ O were literally just talking about this whole new generation of music, and he specifically said, "I trust your input on this." Like, no, why would anyone trust your input on it? Stupid. Solitaire told me I should be A&R. For why are these guys lying to you and you're believing them? That is a rapper right there. Yo, a Canadian hip hop legend. I'm gonna say it right. Told me I should be fucking A&R. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it.
Solitaire is out of fucking concept. Out of the loop.
I'm telling him he said that.
He's out of the loop. Why would he talk to you about being an A&R?
Because every week
Nina, what type of new music you bringing to the table?
A lot. You just don't know.
That's cap.
That's not cap.
That's cap.
I'm bringing valuable shit to the table.
That's cap.
I'm not bringing everything. You bring everything to the table. I bring valuable shit to the table.
That's cap.
That's not cap.
I just asked you about Guap Dap 4000. You don't know about Guap Dap 4000?
No, I don't know about no Guap whatever 4000.
You don't know about Guap Dap 4000?
No.
What rapper do you know? All the rappers that are popping you don't like. What are you talking about?
They're not popping.
You don't even. So if
I haven't heard about it, he's not popping.
Because you're not in the loop, Nina.
No, I am very much in the loop.
So how you miss Guap Dap 4000?
That I'm losing blood circulation.
There's certain people you got to know about, even if it's just off the hearsay.
I know Blueface.
I've been knowing about Blueface.
I knew you were gonna do this. I knew.
I've been knowing about Blueface, and when I brought up,
now all the other radio stations are playing Blueface. Man,
I'm not. Man, you out? Why do you even? They should put no trust in you, man. I don't trust your music.
You're mad because somebody told me I had to be A&R.
That's cap. That's cap. Yo,
I didn't know this was getting this riled up. I should have said it years ago.
I said if they said yo, they told you could be A&R. That goes to show.
That has to be A&R.
That shows that this music business don't give a fuck about ears no more.
Crazy.
Don't give a fuck about ears no more.
Nah, I have a good ear for music.
I don't believe you.
If I hear something, I'm like, nah, this is good.
I don't believe you.
You don't know me then. That's crazy.
Give me a playlist.
Give you a playlist? I don't make playlists.
Come on, see, look
I just put my phone on shuffle.
Now look at that. You want to be A&R. You want to be A&R.
A&R don't make playlists.
A&R knows new music.
Yeah, I know new music.
You're late to the party.
No, I'm not late to the party.
Yeah, you are.
I'm always on time.
No, you're not. It's not Ashanti and our rule. You're not always on time.
I didn't even take that in. I am always on time, and that was a fire track. They were a fire duo.
I may not call, but I'm always on time.
And that's an A&R thing that only I would know.
No, you didn't even catch that. I see. Look how I bit the jokes together, man.
No,
look at that. Look at that.
That was
look at
trash.
that. Nah, man. All right.
How long are we?
We are 57 minutes in.
Okay.
We're making some good headway.
Yeah.
You want to talk? You know what? If this is true, then Soulja Boy, you fucked up. But I don't really believe it because you have a woman in your life that you really love and that you promote all the time. And where would you find the time to kidnap a woman for 6 hours, tie her up? Like, aren't you? I don't think
it sounds so stupid. It's just because he blew up again. Someone wants to claim.
Yeah, dude's always on Instagram Live, Instagram Story. Yo, his whole life looks like he's on family vacation or family Christmas vacation. Like he's Snapchatting everything. He's always live. He's always showing us what's going on.
Side note: have you ever used Instagram Live before?
I've never used a live before.
Really?
I know I'm not using it because I know I don't got that many people that follow me. I'm not gonna be on there looking stupid.
Nah, I used to Instagram Live the pregame before the club with my friends. It used to be so funny.
Yeah, look at you, pathetic.
Yeah. That was a couple of years ago.
I would never do that.
No, it was fun because then we played like drinking games via Instagram Live. Maybe I'm gonna start doing that again.
Go ahead. Let's see how that happens.
That'll be kind of fun still.
See how that happens.
I'll do it next week.
See if you get like views. Cause I don't want to be on there with no people watching. It's like, come on, bro.
But I think when you go on
save it.
No, I think when you go on every once in a blue moon, people will watch it because they're like, "Whoa, this person never goes on live."
Yeah, so when
I get a couple like 20, 30 views.
When I go on live, I want to at least have like 10K followers.
Go on Apollo for the People live. Oh my god, you should do. You know what you should do?
What?
You should do a big promotion like called the Big Reveal, and on your birthday, you reveal yourself who Apollo for the People is.
You know I'm not hard to find on the internet, right?
Live.
I'm not hard to find.
No, I know, but I'm saying like you reveal on your Apollo for the People page on live. You reveal and you're like, "Hey guys, I'm Apollo," and then end it.
Man, I'm not doing that.
Look at me, A&R, public relations.
Nah, man, look at that.
I'm great with it. Let me be your manager.
All right, so let's talk about this New Jersey. So New Jersey passed a law that requires public schools to teach LGBT history. Yes. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, what exactly does that mean? And I'm not saying that to sound ignorant.
I guess it means probably like the struggles and trials and tribulations of the gay rights community. I guess the Green Wall, the famous Green Wall thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Hold on, let me Google that. Keep on talking.
Okay. So basically, like I don't think this is a bad thing. I mean, I don't know why people would see it as a bad thing unless you're just stuck in like an old fashioned way of thinking, because it is 2019 and people are very much so gay and open about it. So, I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. They're not teaching it until high school. So it says they're required to teach about historical contributions of people. Oh, they also have to teach about historical contributions.
Stonewall. Stonewall. That's where I fucked up.
I did good there.
Stonewall is in Greenwich Village. Stonewall.
Greenwich Village.
What'd I say?
Greenwich Village.
Whatever.
I think it's Greenwich.
Greenwich, whatever. It's Greenwich. Greenwich?
Did I do good there? I just want you to acknowledge that I did good there.
Yeah, you good, dude.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So it's Stonewall. They're probably gonna teach students about the Stonewall.
I'm sure there's other things.
You know, well, that's the only thing I know
like
about.
Pride parades and stuff like that, maybe. Yeah. But I don't think this is a bad thing. This is cool.
Why? Why do you think this is cool?
Because it's the world we live in. Like, at least if they're learning it at school, it's not like I have to sit here and possibly misinform my child about because I don't know everything about LGBT.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You probably wouldn't even
history.
You probably not even history. You probably wouldn't even want to be informed on that.
Well, the thing is, like, I wouldn't necessarily expect, when I was a kid growing up, I wouldn't have expected my mom to sit down with me and be like, hey, so gay means when two guys love each other, and lesbian means when two girls love each other, and
gay means everything.
Transgender means this and blah blah blah. Like, I learned all that at school, not even from teachers, just from the kids at school.
Gay is two guys and two women. Lesbian is just two women.
Okay.
Gay is encompassing.
Okay. So yeah, like I don't think this is a bad thing. Explaining to the kids about this, whatever. I mean, I overheard today a conversation of someone saying that they don't want their kids to learn about gay sex.
Yeah.
I think those are two very different topics.
Gay sex
versus LGBT.
Gay sex and gay history?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I personally, when I hear this, when I see that, all right, you're gonna be teaching LGBT history to my children or to children, I'm looking at it as like, why?
But what do you like? Why do you think that?
Like, why is this a necessity to educate the children on? Because is it history? Do people want to know about history of the LGBT community, or does the
LGBTQ community want to force their history onto us? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that too, but I'm also talking about, don't they just want tolerance? Don't they just want to be respected? So why necessarily say?
I think this is good because think about it. Nowadays, it's very common to see a couple married, two guys or two girls, and have kids and whatnot via surrogate. That guy on, I believe, CNN, Andy Cohen. I'm not sure what network he's on, but he just had a baby via surrogate. He's a single dad, whatever. Like, a lot of gay people are coming out like that. And it's like, your kids are going to ask you at one point if they see that, like, oh, like, how come you and daddy are different from so-and-so's parents who are both boys? Like, where it's like, if they're learning about this, like, this is what gay is, this is what lesbian, this is what transgender and blah, 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 bisexual and shit, then, like, they already kind of know that that's the case. I don't know. I just don't see it as a bad thing. Like, if it's something that's happening in the world that is more prominent and we see it a lot more, then why not just explain it to the kids instead of having them wonder?
But I think what you're saying is more so different than history. If you're telling me for them to understand it, it's like, for me to understand homosexuality and versus me, then you teaching LGBTQ history is two different things.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? One brings about, let's say, tolerance and understanding. The other one brings about knowledge of that particular community and what they've been through. Which some may say, hey, some of those lines could be blurred because you're telling us about white people, white homosexuals,
which can lead into a whole other thing.
Yeah, you could talk. You can even talk about how the people could get into people get into the deeper discussion. Is that, hey, are white homosexual men white homosexuals looked at as different as the black homosexual, because the black homosexual has two different fights.
Yes, agreed.
It's black and you're gay.
Agreed, 100%.
That's the fight.
It's similar to like conversations about mental health. They're always anchored around white people. But
a lot of times. I never knew how many people talk about mental health. And I'm like, yo, bro, all this discussion about mental health anyways is like, I got to a point where it's like, bro, what are we talking about? What are we What are we talking about? Why do we gotta make this a conversation? What I come on here and say like a few months ago or back when we first started, mental health, a mental issue or mental disorder is a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Yes.
So what are we talking? Talking?
But the thing is, what's it called? You can't. I don't know if they're all chemical. Like I don't think anxiety is a chemical imbalance. I think it's like a heart thing or something. I don't know. I'm not educated.
You say heart?
Okay, I'm not educated in mental health. However, no, I think just talking about it, because there's such a stigma around mental health. When you think of someone who's depressed, you think of
sometimes you think they're lying. Because they went through that. You went through that whole. You think
they're always sad, like you're super sensitive towards them. When you think of someone who is schizophrenic, you think they're crazy or a nut job. Like, you use these adjectives and these words to describe people who suffer from mental health issues. And I think.
Well, hold on. Crazy was used as a medical term.
Yeah, but not anymore.
All right.
But I think, like that is what the purpose of bringing up mental health and speaking about it is to reduce that stigma that, these people are not crazy and psychopaths. They can very much live a very normal life. Just
with
like
the help
the rest
of
us.
some drugs and.
Or even, just some therapy, some simple treatments, whatever. Like, and they can very much live that simple life that you live too, And I think it's just like, because when you look at it, it's like, foreign families, basically any family that's not white or any group of people who aren't white, to them mental health doesn't exist. Mental health doesn't exist to Indian people. It doesn't exist to Black people. It doesn't exist to Asian people. Like people, I'm not talking now this generation. This generation is very much open to those conversations.
Because everyone has it apparently.
I'm talking parents and grandparents, for example. A great example is my grandma. She has depression and she was not diagnosed until not recently, but within a couple, maybe 5-6 years ago, when she got Parkinson's disease. And it's funny because we talk about it with my dad and we're like, like growing up, like what was she like and stuff. And he's like, she always like said things like, like I just don't feel like doing anything today, or like, I don't know, for some reason I just feel really upset, but nobody took it seriously because that conversation wasn't there. So she could have been suffering from depression all these years and it could have turned around so it wouldn't be twice as hard with her Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's now. But because that wasn't a discussion back then, it's really greatly impacted her. Like there's days where I literally see my grandmother sit here and when the meds wear out for her Parkinson's, she starts to cry and she doesn't really remember where she is because she has Alzheimer's as well. She starts to cry and she starts to say, I want to die. Like shit like that, where that could have been very well reversed if this was a conversation earlier on in the day before she got hit with 2 other diseases that have completely disabled her at the same time, kind of just adds to it. And so I think that's why it's very important to have these discussions and to kind of get that help beforehand, before something like that happens or before it does get worse, and then it's a little too late to acknowledge it at this point. Because think about it, what am I supposed to do with my 76-year-old grandma who's depressed and like has all these other diseases as well now? It's like, it could have been prevented, but it was never spoken about. And I think that is one of the main things that it's like, we need to talk about it and kind of reduce, I guess, the embarrassment around it too.
Is it embarrassing?
Well, I think that's what it comes down to for those people.
I don't think so.
No, but I think so. Like people like that, just speaking on behalf of my grandmother's case, like she doesn't want other people to know she's suffering from depression in terms of like extended family members and stuff, because then they're just going to think, oh, you're weak. Like that's what it's looked at like.
But hold on, let's be honest. Everyone claims to have some type of mental illness.
Yeah.
Everyone claims to have it. I don't know if it's weak at this point. I think if you don't have mental illness, I think you're the black sheep. It's like, who the fuck is you, Mr. Perfect? So I don't know if it seemed weak. I mean, I guess some people could be insensitive towards it, being people who may not know what's going on, or people who just been through the scene phase where everyone was depressed and all that, and look all black, and it's like,
I went through that phase.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, people looking back on a lot of things is like, you could be fake depressed.
But you know what?
And people talk about, hey, I'm depressed, And it's like, all right, bro, you've been saying you're depressed for 6 months. Why have you done no shit about it, huh?
But you know what, though? I think
you can't self-diagnose yourself and then self-cure yourself.
I think a lot of views on mental health come from personal experiences. Like for me, growing up at the young age of 12 and 13, I had friends who were cutting themselves, and like I'm talking best friends who I still talk to this day.
Is that depression or is that just self-harm?
I mean, like the reason they were cutting themselves was because they were like very upset about a lot of things going on.
Maybe sometimes gay people who are hiding themselves from the world happen to find other ways, means to beat themselves.
So one of these friends, his mother had died when he was in grade 4 or grade 3, I think. And we were in the 7th grade, and like he was like threatening suicide to the point where I think I spoke about this.
Yeah, but hold on. Let's be honest. Stop. You don't got stop. You don't even. You gotta. I gotta stop you right there and even enlighten the people who are listening. Self-harm doesn't necessarily mean mental illness. Self-harm is either a reaction to maybe not getting enough attention in the home, or it's a self-harm or it could be the lack of, let's say, power over self, or a type of power over life where they can't really be able to maneuver around life and do things that they want. So the only power they get is from harming themselves.
Self-harm is a way to numb the pain.
Exactly. Or seek type of control.
You would rather feel the pain from cutting yourself than you would the pain of everything else that's going on in your life.
Not necessarily. Like I'm telling you, there's different variation as to why people would cut themselves. Just because of depression or numbing themselves from the pain, people may just want to cut themselves because they're not getting attention.
Yeah, and that causes the depression. If you're not getting attention and love from your parents at home, don't you think that's going to cause somewhat of an issue?
Maybe these kids who, maybe in certain situations, maybe they just cutting themselves because they have no type of control over their life. It's like, fuck it, this is the only thing I could do to get life, and so let me just cut myself. And like, I finally.
That's why I'm saying it depends on what your personal experiences are with mental health. Like with this kid, obviously, I knew it had a lot more to do with his family life and his mother passing away and whatnot.
He just couldn't cope with it.
Threatening suicide to the point where I took it to the principal, and he did not talk to me for a month. Like he was pissed at me, but I was like, buddy, I just saved your fucking life.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still around to this day, and like I could literally say I saved I remember coming home and crying because I was like, he's not gonna be friends with me anymore because he was one of my best friends. And my mom was like, it's fine, like you saved somebody's life. I had another best friend who, same thing, like a lot of people that I was friends with growing up were very unhappy at such a young age that for me it's like, yeah, it is important to talk about these things, because even so, like those friends were embarrassed to talk about those things. Like, you know, it was kind of like, oh, like I have these cuts on my arms and stuff, like hiding them and stuff, you know? And it's like, once I seen them, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know?
Or maybe that could be just their thing. Maybe body harm is they find beauty in scars.
Well, the one friend that I'm talking about didn't. But
right. Maybe there's people out there who find beauty in scars, man.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day,
maybe it's addicted to cutting themselves.
Down to your experience. So I definitely think it's important to bring up that conversation around mental health and just, you know, keep it there, because I think regardless of whether or not, like, just saying, like, you know, what are we talking about, at the end of the day, as long as it's being put out there, I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
But that's just my personal opinion on it.
Yeah. All right, punch back then. So I just want to talk about, let's get 2 more things in and then let's end it soon. So let's talk about this backlash that Liam Nelson said.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on this? Because
he's a fucking racist.
Dude, I don't think he's racist.
You really don't think so?
I don't think he's racist because I don't think he promoted anything about popping up his own race. I think what he said was very insensitive. Maybe you know what? I don't think what he said was insensitive. I just felt what he said was very detailed and very directed to a particular race, because it was probably related to the fact that the woman that got raped was black. And man, I look at it like this. You know, situations where people say, or maybe they get into a fight with like a particular nationality.
Let's say, okay, let's just use Indian people as an example.
All right, so
with an Indian person. All
right, so let's say quote unquote Indian person or Indian people happen to be congregating in a certain place and they happen to do a job improperly all the time, right? You're going to build up maybe a prejudice towards that.
It's like how people talk about Asian people and driving.
Yeah. So more so, maybe they're not racist per se, but maybe just their dealings with that happen to just reflect in their anger when they're angry. Maybe when they're perfectly fine, they may not even be any type of anger towards that particular nationality or whatever have you. And I look at it like this. He said like, I was looking for this black person to get revenge. It's like the whole thing, you take one eye, I take 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. Or you kill my friend, I take 2 years type of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To be honest, maybe as a black person, I should be really upset and riled up at this. But I'm gonna be honest. It's like, I looked at this and I was like, what is new?
Well, the reason that and correct me if I'm wrong.
But also, before you keep on going, he exposed this on himself, which I kind of respect. You gotta tell on yourself. Yeah, this is not like someone digged up in his Twitter and was like, oh, this guy's a nasty person. I know you
so well because as soon as I saw the line where it says he brought it up himself, I was like, Apollo's gonna like think that it's not bad.
It's not bad. What you telling yourself is
I definitely know you now. But no, the reason I say that this is racist, and correct me if I'm wrong, but back in the day when slavery was a thing, whatever, and like they would, like rape the white guys would rape the black girls and stuff, whatever, and then that's how the mixed babies came along, right? Mm-hmm. So, but wasn't there also a thing where like they would say that the black guys raped white women, and they would hang them when the rapes never happened, right?
Black,
you weren't listening. The white guys would say that the black guys raped their white women, their like wives or whatever, as a lie, and they would hang those black guys. They would put them on the noose and hang them, right?
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, they really didn't need to lie. To be honest,
but I know, but that's my reasoning for saying that this is racist, because as a white man in society, you should understand that these comments coming from you and that whole thought process connects back to those days back in slavery,
especially in America. But this man is of Irish descent. He said he grew up in Ireland.
I don't give a fuck where he grew up.
Which I think it does. I honestly do think it does, because Western society really holds racism to a Western society really holds racism to a certain level. Mm-hmm. Whereas you come over to America or Canada and stuff like that, there's race, the divide, segregation, and type of stuff. Like Ireland, let's say it's a little different. Maybe they don't have that type of racism. Maybe they have prejudice.
But they do have racism. Ireland is part of the UK, and they do have racism in the UK.
Oh yeah, you're right. So never mind.
I was gonna say, especially because my mom being there, like my mom has told me lots of stories.
Yeah. Well, maybe you know what? Maybe he's in the wrong. Maybe he's in the wrong for. You know what? He didn't do anything. I think maybe the wrong thing about it is just the mentalization, or even the thought process of even trying to go about doing something, even taking the steps to put yourself in situations where that incident can occur.
I think, but you know what? Also,
it's
in
not
the
like
clip, I heard him say because then the interviewer asked him if this was any other race, would you have felt the same way? And he said yes, 100%. Yeah. I think he would have felt the same way if it was an Indian person, an Asian person, or anyone else who was of ethnic descent. But however, if I was a white guy, I don't think he would have felt the same way at all. I don't think he would have been like, oh, I'm going to go to white neighborhoods where he probably lives, predominantly white neighborhoods, and look for somebody to come out of a bar and kill them. Like, I don't think he would have said that. I think this was very racist. And my reasoning for that is because this thought process just links back to what actually went down back in the day when slavery was a thing. That's my reasoning behind it. But I don't know. I don't have I feel like him bringing it out, he wanted to appear as this ally to the black community.
No, I don't think.
Like, look, I'm actually what a thing to say during Black History Month, bro. Like, come on.
I don't think. I think I don't even. Well, no.
This is crazy.
He said he's a devout Catholic and went to his priest out and gave him.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is not going. I think this is gonna blow over because he exposed his own self. He lived in his own truth. Like he told you exactly what type of person he was.
Yeah.
It's not like someone tried to defame him or nothing. Someone tried to say you this and that. To be honest, I want to see if something else happens.
Okay. Well, what's the last thing you want to talk about? I know exactly what it is.
We're going to talk about 6ix9ine. He pled guilty.
Of course.
6ix9ine pled guilty.
Sure did.
To all 9 counts of all federal, racketeering charges. I wasn't expecting this.
Really?
I was expecting him to beat it. I was expecting him not to have a shaky case and figure out a way to beat it in terms of all the other evidence, and kind of figure out a way to get out of the situation where the feds ran into his home and found a gun and the backpack because apparently they did that under unlawful warrants. Mm-hmm. So I figured he had some type of leverage over taking this to trial and still winning. But like people said, there was an informant inside the the 9 Trey Gangster Bloods in New York, which helped bring down all these people, which made it possible. So for him he didn't snitch. He didn't snitch. People are saying that he snitched. From the paperwork that I saw, he didn't put no names. All he said was, I plead guilty. Mm-hmm. And he also admitted to saying that he sold a brick of heroin. Mm-hmm. He paid people to shoot other artists that he had enemies with beef with to increase his standing in the gang. Yep. He didn't say, yo, it was Shotty. He didn't say it was Kuda. He didn't say it was anyone else. Okay. He didn't point no fingers. He said, I'm guilty, which kind of fucks up in terms of other things are going on, because when you say I'm guilty and you're implemented heavy with inside a lot of the charges pending against other people, it makes them look like liars because it doesn't bring about reasonable doubt. Okay. So that's what people may are looking at Tekashi as the bad guy here. You could plead guilty. There's gangsters who plead guilty or cop a plea and stuff like that. Or some gangsters take it to trial and they hold their head up high and go like, all right, well, I'm gonna get what I get, or I'm gonna beat it. But a lot of people cop out to a plea. Like, don't get it fucked up. People plead guilty and cop out to shit all the time. Don't get it fucked up. Definitely. But from what I saw, I did not see 6ix9ine snitch.
I just I have a question. So did you really see him as like this big tough guy like the whole time that he was like? Did you think of him as a real gangster the whole time he was doing his
like 50 Cent said he was never a real street dude.
I agree.
Me looking at it, I looked at it as entertainment. I looked at it like a lot of stuff in the music business. I think I mentioned this before, or I mention it now. The music business always had gangsters in it. Mm-hmm. You know, from back in the early singing days, the mob would be affiliated heavy with the music industry, used a lot of the music money to launder their drug money that they had. Mm-hmm. So him being affiliated with gangsters, not surprising. It happens. A lot of rappers are affiliated with gangsters and real street mob. But to find out the fact that he was actively working to increase his standing inside the gang and selling heroin, while being the famous rappers Tekashi 6ix9ine,
it's almost like you're a bitch for that.
It's kind of like you
were being treated as their bitch for that.
Something like that. And I was going as far as like, you gangsters are fucking idiots. Yeah. You had the cash cow jeopardizing his whole fucking situation for some just bullshit.
It's true.
Why would you have the cash cow jeopardizing all that shit?
Now they're all fucked.
They're all fucked. All you could have done was like, where we have something to bring us out of this type of situation. Yeah. Why not use that?
I mean, I personally, myself, didn't see him as a gangster from the second I saw that whole video of Chief Keef telling him to meet him on O Block or whatever, and then he got up the van for 3 seconds and then looked around, went back in the van, and then it was like, hey, I was there. That's when I was like, okay, this guy's a fraud. But I don't know. For me personally, it's just like, I don't know. That's just, I never liked him in the first place, so it wasn't really a big thing for me. Yeah. But yeah.
Hey man. I want to see how the situation goes with him and this whole court proceeding. Apparently, people are saying that certain people are gonna get like 200 years or some shit like that. And like Shotty's people they're gonna give Shotty 200 years.
They give people that many years, you're gonna die.
In America, yeah, someone's serving like, who else I forget her name. Someone's serving like quadruple life.
Holy fuck!
I don't know what quadruple life is.
4 times 25, 100.
No, life imprisonment is life until you die.
No, but life in prison is 25 to life, isn't it?
Nah.
I know. I've been. I'm
25 to life?
I have not been. I've not been, you guys. Let's clear it up. I've not been.
Nah, you in life means you in life. You might get granted parole.
I swear life in prison is 25 years. That's what they consider life in prison.
25 to life.
What is life in prison? Huh? Judge may impose a sentence of 30 years to life. What does that mean? To life.
25 years to life?
Yeah.
It means either you get hit with 25 years to life. So you get...
Oh my God. All this time. Wow. This is like, you know those tweets where it's like, I was today years old when I found out 25 to life isn't 25 to life. It's 25 to life.
Yeah.
Like the 2 is the hyphen. 25 dash life. The dash is all the time in between. You could get served with any time in between then. So 25 is the minimum.
And probably, 25 to life.
Damn, all this time. This is mind blowing.
People serve like 30 years in prison and shit like that.
That's crazy. It's actually crazy when you think about it, because it's like they come out and the whole world has changed.
Yeah.
It's different.
You spend like two decades and some change inside prison. Like that's
crazy.
Imagine if you go back, if you went into prison 1992 and coming out 25 years later.
Yeah.
Life is a different type of ball game for you. Like you have cell phones. Just to be honest, I think people in prison that has like cell phones and shit like that, they'll probably not be too far like out the loop.
Yeah.
But like in terms of just being out in the real world and how seeing things moving, shaking, and popping, yeah.
Shaking and popping.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little different.
All right, well, wrap it up. You got somewhere to be.
Yeah. Look, we got an hour and a half in.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Oh, I'll probably cut some stuff up down. Anyways.
Not a lot though. Only probably like 3 minutes, if anything. Not even a minute.
Maybe. I appreciate you guys listening once again. This is the Educated and the Reckless podcast, and if you're listening, you can find us on Audio Mac, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and we're on other platforms as well. Keep it locked with us because this year we will get some cameras eventually. And if you like this content, make sure you subscribe, rate,
share,
and comment.
Tell a friend, follow us. Exactly.
And talk and let the conversations we have on this podcast into your daily lives, okay?
Yes.
All right. So that's what I'm talking about. All right.
Wrap it up, man. Why are you struggling to wrap it up last week and this week?
Damn. It's been the Educated and Reckless podcast with your host, Apollo P. And
No Better Dean.
And we out.